Kumbaya, 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 kumbaya.
Come by here, y'all. The time is an essence. They hear it in our message. You have revealed to us the blessing that comes after the testing. Toda, y'all. Toda, y'all. We are waiting on the Exodus, praying for the rest of us. It shall be greater than the first, for the captivity is the worst. Come by here, y'all. You are our strong tower, for we know not the hour. You are our power. Our enemies you devour. Come by here, y'all. In a time of darkness, the world is heartless. Missing kids on carton. Who would have thought this? Come by here, y'all. You are in control. You got the nations on hold. The wicked must fold. The story is told from the times of old. Yaakov got next. You can find us in the text. We're the apple of your eye. And our God don't lie. They desired to consume us, but we did not die. Come by here, y'all. Come by here, y'all. Come by here, y'all. It's what we cry. You're the Elohim of our Father. From on high. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Save your people.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Please save your people. Save your people. Please save your people. We cry to you. Yeah. Please save your people. We cry out to you. Please save your people. Please save your people. Please save your people. Shema. It's really going down. It's about to go down, down. Really going down. It's about to go down.
We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people of the book. I stay humble, I ain't even boasting. I'm just here telling you facts. No more secret, it's gotta be spoken. We out here living a lie. 3/5, but they say that we equal. So put your hands up in the sky. Represent for the chosen people. Melanin, melanin, yeah, we got a lot of it. I can see the fear in them when they look at it. Lacking understanding, cause it's their nature. They don't fear God, but concerned about some glaciers. They always wanna justify, define themselves not guilty. Pride so puffed up high, living in iniquity. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people that they took. I stay humble, I will not be shaken. My people is starting to wake up. Their mind scramble, need a shake up. They rewriting history, whitewashing images, forgery. It's all a conspiracy, crafted counsel from our enemies. They stole our identities, done away with our heritage. Had us working in the fields, broken, we can't get no settlement. So cruel, they took it too far on them people that resemble Kadar. Perpetually, they really hate us, but we quickly coming out of our haters. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel,
Shouts out to my people, miserable to straight hallelujahs. 400 years, better let it move ya. Messiah coming, better let it soothe ya. Whoever knew we would be great. On the slave ships, we were stowaways. Never made sense that we were throwaways, but it makes sense we hit fadeaways. Swish. We serving the ultimate power. The Most High, get them hands high. His son in the ultimate hour. Same people eating that manna. No, we gotta get that bread. Can the raised lions carry no manners? It's the true now, Lord in my head. Ironic, we grew up in wars. Project boroughs in the ghettos. Between us, there's always a war. Check out Kings and the Chronicles. Brothers overseas, same movie. Escape out of Mitzrayim. Worship and praise out of our cage. Dancing is all in our dreams.
Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, with the people. It's really going down with the people. It's about to go down with the people. It's really going down with the people. It's about to go down, down. It's really going down. It's about to go down, down. It's really going down.
All right, shalom, 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 y'all. It's Michael Israel. As you can see, the title of our show is What Witchcraft Is. We're going to really go into this, and we're going to approach this topic from a lot of different angles. And if there is a problem with my voice, let me know if it either sounds too high or too low. That just means I have to adjust my microphone. So I'll just wait for y'all. Let me know if my voice sounds all right. Matter of fact, I can check it now. Hold on. I'll just wait for y'all. Let me know. Okay, I sound normal. So that's cool. All right. So yeah, we're gonna definitely go into this issue. And to do it, I got one of my ox here with me, one of my soldiers, the battlefield, the brother that be in the trenches yelling out the commands on the battlefield, my ox, Malachi ben Israel. Shalom, ox.
Shalom, shalom, Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom.
And
Hallelujah.
Malachi, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a second to just introduce yourself to the people who might not know who you are. And when after you hear this brother, he's one of the brothers on the men's prayer soldier team. After you hear this brother teach and bring this stuff out, you're gonna definitely want to go over. I know y'all gonna be asking, well, how do we listen to more of his lessons? Well, I'll let him tell you a little about himself, and then he'll also let you know how to, if you want to see more of his teachings, he'll let you know how to do it. Go ahead, Malachi.
Yeah, shalom, shalom, Miss Paka, family. Yeah, I'm Malachi ben Israel, 43 years old, just thankful to be a part of the congregation of believers, the assembly of the just men, just women of the Most High. Just want to thank the Most High for allowing me to come on this platform to speak today with Brother Michael Israel. I be on Facebook by Malachi ben Israel. I do a lot of teachings periodically or every day. It just depends on how the Most High leads me. But Michael invited me on the show concerning witchcraft or how it begins. And we have to look at that word witchcraft. It's a craft, okay? Witchcraft is a craft. And we know that the fallen ones are taught these different crafts, okay? So in this hour, these crafts are really coming alive, right? But this is not the first time that they've come alive. But at diverse times, certain things come alive more because many people have connected to this craft, right? So therefore, it becomes a damaging thing. So as Pinchas or Phinehas from the tribe of Levi, from the lineage of Aaron, he had to come in and stop a plague, right? So this is what I just want to be able to do through the word of God, through the Ruach HaKodesh, is stop a plague through the truth, okay?
All right.
And with that, Pinchas obtained an everlasting covenant of shalom with the Most High, because thousands of men died behind this thing, right? And we know that this is was concerning Balaam, right?
Right.
And those women of Moab, which is literally witches. It was just witchcraft.
Yep.
So we just want to come in and deal with that straight down the line.
Straight down the line, straight down the middle.
Through Ruach and truth.
Yep.
I was up last evening and just looking at some more scriptures. Went back to Genesis, and I saw some things, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to leave one word out there.
Yeah, we're going to bring it out as we progress with it. And so the way I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show y'all exactly what this witchcraft is, okay? Because there's a lot of kind of vagueness about exactly what it is. And the Most High, I think it was on like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. I was out there cutting my lawn and all that, and I was listening to these videos of these women saying what it is and what they do. And while they might call stuff different names, they're all talking pretty much about the same thing. So we're going to I'm going to show y'all some of these videos, just 1 minute clips, 2 minute clips from parts of these videos. And so you can get an understanding of exactly what this is. So the first video I'm gonna show you, and some of y'all might have seen this stuff, okay? Because this is gonna be real heavy. You know what I'm saying? And you know me, I'm coming right down the middle. I'm gonna show you the plain surface, conventional stuff, so you'll know exactly what the witchcraft is, and it's gonna help you cleave to the Most High Yah's word, because you're gonna see why he tells you to do certain things. And then I got Malachi here because he gonna, like, I'm gonna mop the floor. Malachi gonna get in the corners, so there ain't nothing. It's gonna be clean. We ain't gonna leave it because this wiggle room and scripture twisting and verse flipping is gonna stop, because y'all gonna see why the Most High told certain people to do this, do that, do the other. So we're gonna get into all that, but first I'm gonna pull this video up, so y'all bear with me. Okay, so there we go. I got the video. I'm gonna open the link.
Growing numbers of African-American women.
All right, y'all bear with me. And they probably gonna flag me for playing their little video, but it's all good because it's in the spirit of truth. So this is, some of y'all might have heard some of this, but as we go in deeper, we're gonna get into an area where some of y'all didn't know some of this stuff was going on. All right, all right, so here, check it out. Here we go.
Growing numbers of African American women in Maryland and across the nation are leaving traditional church worship. All of them are in search of something else, a spiritual belief that connects them to their ancestors and where they can feel more empowered to control their own well-being. They have found it in ancient forms of spiritual contact. Some call it witchcraft, a term they accept and embrace. For most of us, this is how we worship, a tradition that predates us all. This, too, is an ancient art of worshiping, not to God the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, but to spirits and deities that span the oceans and date back to pre-slavery days in Africa. Are you, in fact, witches?
Whatever the situation calls for. So if you come to me with pleasantries, you being respectful, you'll get Glinda, the good witch of the suburbs. But if you come at me with negativity and meanness and disrespect, then you'll get Eveline, your worst nightmare.
They have many names and titles and ranks within their belief system. They are college-educated professional women who've chosen to believe that theirs is a truer example of worship that is inclusive of the genders. It connects them, they say, to their ancestors and fills a need not found in traditional worship, though most of them grew up in the church.
I was raised Christian, all Christians in my family. In fact, my grandfather was a preacher in the South.
I also grew up Christian. I grew up Anglican in the Episcopal Church. The older I got, the more disconnect I felt.
I was raised Baptist. My father is a deacon, my mom a deaconess. I was in church all the time.
These women are part of a sect, Ile Ola Afefe Osa Meji, spiritual temple. They worship and offer prayers to Oshun, a predominant deity.
She's the deity or the Orisha of aesthetics, beauty, sex, sensuality.
They are growing numbers of African American women who have chosen for themselves a new life, leaving the church in search of more meaning in their lives. And yes, it can be called witchcraft. At a recent convention in Baltimore, more than 200 witches gathered, a sisterhood, but their spells are for good, not for evil. In this ritual, the women are preparing an offering to Oshun on behalf of a woman in California who's looking for a mate. The omelet-type dish is sweetened with honey, believed to be a favorite of Oshun. Prayers are said over the offering and for the woman in need. A portion is offered to Eshu, the male counterpart of Oshun, and placed in a secret place beneath the stairs of this Odenton home. Using shells, they ask the spirit if she is pleased. 4 shells are tossed to the floor, 2 land up, 2 land down. Balance. The gift is accepted.
She accepts it.
The traditions may seem odd to most, a mystery to some, complex and multi-layered. These daughters of the moon, followers of Oshun, women, powerful, determined, and understanding, say there is nothing to fear. They are here, and they will be here for the foreseeable future. Yes, there are witches among us.
This is something that our ancestors did, and all we're doing is tapping back into it so that we can become our best selves, individually and collectively.
There's so much.
All right, and that is something our ancestors did, and that's why we sitting over here in Babylon, okay? Some things I want to point out real fast on that video is, number one, these are women, and like I said, we just scraping the surface. We're going to get in a lot deeper, so you know exactly what's going on with this. But number one, it's not just female witches, but the fastest growing demographic into witchcraft is black women, and it's because they're tired. Basically, they're tired of not having answers. Men have violated them, dogged them out. All this stuff I talk about, and they're not getting answers. They're getting fluff and feel good, emotional, high speeches and lessons and all that, and boom, 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 boom. They're moving up in corporate America. They're not meeting men and all that stuff. And what you're going to find, or what I found, is doing my research, just finding out what these women do. A lot of what they're doing is geared around men and love, getting men, getting love, and power and control over them in some extents. Okay. So Malachi, did you have anything you wanted to add? Because I'm gonna bring up the next video while you're talking. So I'm gonna hand it over to Malachi for a sec.
Yeah, you brought out a strong point there when you said about control. So I'm just going to read a couple of verses, and then I'm going to give it back over to Mike to give everyone something to think about before we go deeper into this. Genesis chapter 3, start with verse 9. Genesis chapter 3, verse 9. If we can look at that and kind of think on that, we can kind of see where a lot of this craft began. It's been here. As I said, it just gets greater at diverse times, okay? Genesis chapter 3, verse 9. And Yahuwah called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? He didn't call the woman, he called Adam. So Adam is hiding, okay? He's in the shame. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told thee thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And Yahuwah said unto the woman, what is this thou hast done? You have really messed up here, right? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat.
The serpent
and
what?
Yahuwah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this,
Hey.
thou cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman,
Hey,
not the man.
Hey, Malachi, you said the serpent what? The serpent did what?
Beguile me.
The serpent did what?
She is telling the Most High, this is what happened. The serpent beguiled me. This is how it all started. Because Yahuwah is like, what have you done? You have destroyed something. You have brought a craft. You have brought a new craft. And then she says, the craft is from Hasatan, the adversary, the accuser of the brethren.
Okay, hey, real fast. I gotta hey.
Go ahead.
And because I want to say this about the witchcraft, okay? That and the women will tell you, and I'm just going off with these women, and they wouldn't even really, to be honest with you, they would not refer to themselves as witches. They better prefer, or they better prefer you refer to them as spiritualists or something along that lines. And in all honesty, that's an accurate description of who they are and what they're doing. They are spiritual. They deal with spirits. Now, us as Bible believers, we're not supposed, if you're dealing with these other spirits, you're dealing with demons. It says have nothing to do with the unfruitful works of darkness. Not have a little bit, not, oh, you could mess with them or do this, that, and other. It says don't have anything to do with them. The sister mentioned the deity that she was praying to. You see what I'm saying? And that is an abomination to Yah. It says, what's the first commandment? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Okay? And we're going to get into this heavier. We're going to get into it deeper. But I want to point out the fact that it says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. All right, so now real fast, Malachi, did you have some more you going to bring out?
Yeah, I want to get to
All
the
right.
certain point.
Go ahead.
Couple more
I'll give it to
verses.
you. It's you.
So, yeah, Genesis chapter 3. And if you go down to verse 16, this is what I really want to touch. It says, unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow, thou shalt bring forth children. In sorrow. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. That's very strong right there. Even though a woman has pain and sorrow when she brings children, it's a very tender time. It's very hard, right? But because her desire is towards her husband, she's willing to go through it. And I want you to understand that word desire, it's called a woman's desire. It's different. It's only 3 times in the scriptures. It's called teshukwa. And it means a passion to control. And it means a want to control.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna give you a good example. Yaakov's wives. I know you remember Leah and Rachel. What did they kept wanting to do? Have children by him. See that?
Right.
Why? Because they both had a desire to rule over him. So that word desire there, that's why it says she's going to have children, but her desire is going to be towards her husband, but he's going to rule over it. This is a curse. So this is what we have. This is why you have a lot of witchcraft, a lot of women going into feminist groups. Why? Because of what Yahuwah says here. Her desire, her passion to control is going to be towards her husband, but he will what? He will rule over it.
And again, what you see, the thing I'm pointing out in the Hebrew community, and we're going to get into this a little bit later, but when you look at how the Most High tells a woman to be, when you look at the role he lays out for a woman to operate in the behaving, and the role he lays out for a man to operate and behave in, okay, it's a Proverbs 31 woman, a submitted woman, a quiet, shamefaced woman, okay? The man has to be a righteous leader. He has to rule over the woman just like Christ ruled over the church righteously. I try to balance that out when I teach on it. When you look in the Hebrew community, you see this, what Ak Malachi just said, this subtle, deceptive, subliminal grab for power, and this how they come against anything masculine, or, everybody's equal, it's free love, this whole kind of, it's a worldly concept. But did you have anything else, Malachi?
No, I just wanted to basically show people that word desire there is called a woman's desire. They can look it up. It's called a woman's desire. And you can find
That's
that
good,
again.
That's good, Ak.
Yeah. And the word other desire is called avah. That means inclination. We all have that. We all have an inclination, because even Yahuwah says he will give us our heart's desire. But this desire right here is different. This desire is a passion to control, a want to control. And we'll find that through childbearing. And I gave you examples through our matriarchs who kept wanting to have babies by Jacob. And then every time they had one, they said, maybe he what? Love me now. Maybe he'll love me now. Over and over and over again, you see this. So, and if you go over, and I'm going to let you have this back, Mike.
Okay.
Genesis chapter 4. Here's another example of that word teshukwa, that woman's desire. Genesis 4, verse 4. And Abel, he also brought the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. And Yahuwah had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and his offering, he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. See that? He's getting emotional. His countenance is falling. He's getting a spirit on him that's not going to go well. Okay? He's about to take on a vengeance, a passion to control. Watch this. And Yahuwah said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thou countenance fallen? This is important right here. Verse 7. Genesis 4, verse 7. And if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his what? Desire. That word again, that teshuqua, that woman's desire. Unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. That's the same thing we just read in Genesis.
Right.
Her desire is going to be towards her husband, but he shall what? Rule over it.
Right.
Here it is again. Yahuwah is telling Cain, you got to rule over this teshuqua, this passion to control. If not, it will rule over you. The same thing with Adam. The same thing with a man. That's why we got so many men shamefaced. They're hiding. They won't show their face. And Yahuwah says, where are you at? Where are you hiding at? And then what he's saying, it's the woman you gave me. It's the witch you gave me. Her desire is to control me, and I can't rule over it. This is what we're dealing with, Mishpachah. I have a wife. I love my women. But if men don't get this, this is why we're going to go deeper in a minute. We're going to deal with Shaul. Then we're going to really see what Shaul is saying.
We've been
mistaken this.
Y'all,
then we're going to see. Right. We're going to see why he say, I don't suffer a woman to have usurped an authority over man. This is why he's saying this.
And see,
and
see what Malachi is saying. Malachi just brought out what he did. He just showed you this stuff in Genesis. The way I test the scripture by the scripture, test the spirit by the spirit. When you look through the whole book on what it's saying about women, it always goes along with that thread of what he just said. It said children are their oppressors and their women rule over. I mean, I could just recite scripture after scripture. It says if a woman maintain a man, she is full of wrath. Like in their flesh, they want to rule over you, but they hate it. They hate ruling over you because it's a turnoff to them. She won't be attracted to you. But that's even deeper. But we're gonna get back on. We're gonna get back on the witchcraft. We're gonna go deeper into what it is. Okay, we're gonna define it. It's not gonna take long, and then we're gonna get even deeper into things that are going on. And the whole purpose of what I'm doing is I'm gonna show you just so plainly and simply why Yah ordained stuff the way He did. It's not a game out here, man. People is losing their souls on this thing. So now it's gonna get heavy though. So let me pull up my time stamps here. Got them here. Okay, here we go. Got my time stamps. Okay, so we're gonna listen to a minute of this. It's gonna be kind of heavy. So this is the good stuff. So check this out. And this is what we would call a witch. Okay, so listen.
Hi, Ashura Star Goddess, I'm back. So I want to talk to y'all about commanding what you want, creating what you want. Now I've gone into this how to create what you want on my dark energy playlist, but I'm also going to talk about how to create with you what you want by choosing certain words. Like when you write a spell, certain words that you put to that spell will make it powerful or make it weak. Okay? Because words hold energy, words hold symbolic meaning, words hold vibration. So depending on the word choice that you put into your spell, or that you say while doing your spell, or while you say while manifesting, totally determines how fast, how accurate, and how powerful your spell is going to be. For example.
All right. So what the reason I put that up there is I'm showing you what's magic, what are spells, what is witchcraft. This is it. All these, and I ain't even gonna beat around the bush and waste time with it. What witchcraft is and what these spells are that they do and all that is what they do is they focus their mind, their concentration, they write them out. The actual magic is the ritual of actually, okay, they got something they want, they focus their mind on it, they're praying about it, they're focusing in, they call it intention. They're focusing their intention and wanting it, whatever it is they wanting, whether it's bad or good. But what they're saying is what they want, what their carnal nature, their flesh might want, not what Yahuwah wants. And they're focusing in on this and they're writing it out, which is writing the spell. And she talks about writing words, not I want, but I have. And they're writing this and they're summoning certain spirits to bring this to them. And people think witchcraft is some type of, are they just playing around? No, they're flocking to this and they're doing it because it does work. It has worked. These spirits out here can make things happen for you, but you're going directly against the Most High Yah's word. And you're bringing stuff to yourself that you think you want, but ends up you might not, you don't want. The Most High Yah knows what's good for you. But anyway, what they do is write it out a certain way. Instead of saying, I want this, she's saying to write it out, I have this, and demand it and order these spirits to bring it to you. Demonic spirits. There's nothing new under the sun. This has been going on. Now, the reason I say this, if you're some, because a lot of people are all like, witchcraft, who? Because a lot of people are susceptible to this stuff. Let me show you something. Let me show you this. Let me pull up this other video. Well, I don't even have to pull up the video to show it. Men, a lot of men are very susceptible to witchcraft, spells, and what they do. And it's not just saying stuff and praying to these demons. They do things also. They put their makeup on in a certain way. They wear certain clothes. They look a certain way. So if you some lust-filled dog who look at porn and beat off all the time, you and so-called call yourself in the truth, you are very susceptible to witchcraft. Why? Because you're not walking according to the Most High Yah's will. So what these witches will do is say, I want that man. I pray, they praying the demons that he break up with whoever. They're showing intention. They're worshiping these demons. They're giving them little sacrifice. They're doing all this, which the magic is the ritualistic showing sacrifice, showing that they're sincere about what they want. And they do all that. That's the spell. The spell is them praying, saying it, writing it out, telling the spirit world what they want. The magic is them doing the little ritualistic stuff with candles and all types of other stuff. Sometimes they cut heads off stuff, whatever, I want that man, Potions. What are potions? Y'all heard about potions. Y'all heard about women putting stuff in the men's food from their bodies to get them. They do all this. And if you and if you ain't grounded in this word, if you ain't got your lust under control, if you still whacking off the internet porn, if you ain't praying over your food, if you're not walking in the Most High, if you're not ruling over your woman in a righteous way according to this word, you gonna get got.
That's right.
It ain't no oogly googly freaky stuff. It says, what does that word say? It says, unless a man diligently, I don't know it word for word, but unless a man diligently keep the Most High Yah's commandment, his house will soon be overthrown. What were the women saying? A lot of them come straight out of Christianity. Because Christianity is weak, effeminized, emasculated, it sodomizes and castrates men.
That's what it does.
And it's coming in the Hebrew Israelite community. And if you got, look, man, I see, oh, man.
Yeah, Mike.
Hold on one sec, man. Y'all need to DM me if you got a problem with what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to yell at you. Because I see people saying stuff, man. Hey, man, this is my arc right here. Like, sometimes I see stuff going on. I talk to Malachi. I talk to some of my Elijah and some of my ox I have about what's going on in this Hebrew community. And all praise to the Most High, because he speaks through Malachi. Malachi would tell me, look, Mike, only thing you can do is teach the truth. Because what the Most High Yah does is he will warn. He's very patient and long-suffering, and he will keep warning you louder and louder, stronger and stronger. And then the warnings will cease, and then in comes the judgment. And that's go ahead, Malcolm. I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, you spoke on a strong point when you was talking about the Christian church. And if you look at 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9, this is what Shaul is basically bringing out. Because Shaul understands this about witchcraft and what the fallen ones did when they taught women about makeup and shape-shifting and all this with their beauty. That's why it says beauty is vain. But a woman who fears Yahuwah, she is greatly praised, right? So if you look at 1 Timothy, it goes on to what we're talking about. And all of this is basis of witchcraft, right? 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. It says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness, in sobriety.
Hey, I'm sorry, Malachi, but y'all need to look up with shame that definition of shamefaced.
Yeah,
I can weed out, and especially for y'all men, man. If you're a man out there and you're single and you're looking for a woman, look up that definition, shamefaced, and that's gonna help you weed out a lot of these monstrous women that's out here running around. Look up what shamefaced means. And it's and a lot of these women who are out here in the front running their mouths in the Hebrew community, they don't like that definition. That's the last thing they want to be. Go ahead.
And that word shamefaced, that's good that you brought that out. Because what Shaul was showing us here, see, we have to understand that he's well versed in the Torah, right? So what he's saying here, a woman that's shamefaced, she understands what we just read in Genesis. That's going to make her shamefaced. She understands what we just read about the woman's desire.
All right, hold on. I gotta handle something real quick. Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to deal with something I want to tell y'all in the comments, and I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad it was brought out because it was something, because it reminded me of something I needed to address, and you're gonna see it moving forward. Because what I want to tell y'all, witchcraft isn't like, and I used to think the same thing. Oh, because I've run into manipulative people. Oh, they work in witchcraft. Or I've seen people dress a certain way. Or they work in witchcraft. Or this, that, and other. And they work in witchcraft. And the sister said, somebody said makeup is witchcraft. And another sister put perfume is witchcraft. And I'm telling you, no, it's not. And I'm going to show you, as because I wasn't going to play other parts of this video, but I'm going to play a couple more videos to show you witchcraft is, it ain't, you don't throw on makeup, a bunch of makeup to look attractive, an attractive outfit, and perfume to get men's attention. That's not witchcraft. Witchcraft is a craft. And one of the main things is it's intentionally summoning spirits, doing so because this stuff is passed down from it, nothing new under the sun. What they do, they summon the spirits according to the protocol that's required to summon this particular deity of spirit for whatever it is, the one for love, the one for curses, whatever. They summon it, they pray to it and talk to it and write to it, and then they do what it requires them to do. Now, sometimes it will require them to look a certain way and dress a certain way and all that. But you're going to hear this sister right here, or then she ain't my sister, but this woman right here, she's going to tell you about Christians and how she deals with them and what she's done. But no, you can't just say, oh, she wearing perfume, she in witchcraft. No, you don't want the women run around. We wore frankincense and myrrh. I don't want my wife walking around smelling funky, you know. So anyway, but understand, and I'm a show y'all exactly what it is, so you're not, who that's a witch, who that's a witch, who that's a witch. You know, there's little signs you're around witches, but I'm gonna be honest. When you're thoroughly grounded in this word on a basic, on a very basic level, you're not open to that stuff. They don't got nothing on you. His name is Elohim, the God of all gods, the most high. He not just high, he the most highest. What power? So if obey what he says. Stop. That's why I'm telling these folks out here, stop trying to twist scripture towards your emotions. That's what we're trying to bring out. Malachi, did you have you? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'll hand it back.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I understand. 1 Timothy chapter 2, like you said, shamefacedness and sober-mindedness, not with broided hair or braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So Shaul's bringing this out, like, because this can be a snare, a bait. As you said, makeup is not witchcraft itself, but it's a lure. You can lure someone with an outer appearance.
Right.
Then you can work the craft on them. See?
Yeah.
This may
exactly
bring a weak man a mini skirt or showing a cleavage, but that is just the beginning, right?
Right.
So it goes. So Shaul's just basically saying, don't use this, or basically watch this. Why? Because you know what happened in Genesis. This is what he's bringing out, and I'm going to show you more and more why he said this.
Right.
Verse 10, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. He's basically saying, rather do this, be known for this. Verse 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. And a lot of people look at this and think that Shaul or somebody who's reading this hates women. No, he's going to break down why he says, be shamefaced and sober-minded. You have to know the Torah. Verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach. Why is he saying this though? Nor to usurp authority over the man. Going back to the desire, teshuqua, a want to control.
Ooh.
See? He's going back to the Torah.
Hey, I gotta jump in real. Hey, because people, I watch people come to that verse And they always want to say, oh no, Paul was just speaking. Dude, everything Paul said was Torah. All the time. Hit it, Malachi. Hit it. It's yours.
He's talking Torah right here. He's letting them know, I suffer not a woman to teach. But he's saying this through the lens of the Torah, because he understands that a woman's desire is going to be towards her husband, but he shall rule over it. It's a curse. It is a bickerment. Every man's going to have to deal with this. If not, he's going to be shamefaced. He's going to be shamefaced. And Yahuwah's going to be wondering where he's at. Where are you at, man? Right? So let's keep going.
All right.
Verse 13. For Adam, now he's getting to the Torah. He's breaking it down. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived. See that? Adam was not beguiled. But the woman being deceived was in the transgression. This is why he says she should be shamefaced and sober-minded. And she should not usurp authority over a man. Why? Because of this. Verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be what? Saved in childbearing. Because it told us that just now. She's going to have sorrow and pain during childbearing. If they what? Continue in faith, in charity, and holiness with sobriety, with a sober mind, understanding. She has children by this man. She's married, but he is going to rule over her. And that is why she's shamefaced and she's sober-minded. This is that virtuous woman. This is that man that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing.
All right, and let me jump in on a couple things here in that what that word rule means, because that's not dictatorship. The model the book gives you for ruling over your woman and ruling your house is how Christ ruled over our nation. Okay? He was patient, he was long-suffering, and people like to throw patience and long-suffering in there, and they want to subliminally make it mean you're going to wink at all they little screw-ups and not check them on it. No, Christ was patient, long-suffering, but there came a point where feelings got hurt. Hurt feelings are not a sin. And I got a problem with a lot of people want to always come with a one-sided approach, oh, the poor victimized woman thing, when in every situation we're going to take abuse. We're going to take physical abuse in relationships. I deal with this. And almost like 90 or more % of the time, men should not be putting their hands on women. They shouldn't. I do not advocate it. Like, I got a problem with that. But women shouldn't be touching men. Okay? And that never gets brought up. I saw somebody put a picture up of a woman who had been burned. The man threw acid or something on her. And everybody's like, oh, that poor woman. But then I was like, okay, what's the whole story? Let's judge this. Judgment is the weighty matter. That's why a lot of women, they judge stuff emotionally, and they're not in a good position to judge. Because, so when I looked into it further, come to find out, the woman had been cheating on her. Does that justify him throwing acid on her? No. But she just as wicked. You see what I'm saying? We gotta come out of our emotions and be about this thing with spirit and in truth. At all my lessons, like I did, let me tell you this. I did that lesson yesterday. I gotta say this. I did a lesson yesterday, kind of leading into this one, talking about how there's a lot of lust-filled, manipulative, weak, jelly-back mores. A lot of men out here calling themselves mores, teachers, preachers, whatever, taking advantage of women, hurting them, giving them STDs, screwing up. Went right down the middle with it. And then I said there's also a lot of dumb women out there in their emotions, stiff-necked and hard-headed. Don't you know, it wasn't, the day wasn't even over. Some women jumps in there, and only thing she heard is, oh, you calling women dumb. It's the men are the problem. That's our problem. Too emotional. Women, a lot of these women, look, I'm going to just read what I wrote down here real quick. I wrote, most women don't even know what or when they are being emotional. They think it is everything and everyone else. E.g., spirit is spiritual. So they think when they get emotional, they think it's something spiritual. They think it's the other person, it's him or her or whatever. This is what makes them easy targets. Men on the same note. Men know when they being emotional because they, like when a dude full of lust, he know what to do next. Get that itch scratched or whatever. So I'm telling you, but the problem a lot of people got with what I'm teaching is a lot of women don't want to hear some truth. They don't want to hear it go straight down the middle. But I'm telling you, I'm watching what's happening out there. It's getting worse. And I don't speak to coddle your emotional feelings and to make you feel good. Because I'm telling you, reality is harsh. And this is what you get right before the destruction come in your life. It's a thin line. I said it yesterday in that lesson. One wrong move can be permanent in your life. It could be death. It could be just permanent destruction and a permanent mark on your life forever. Get out of my, man. All right, I'm not going to go there. Let me continue with this video, Malachi, and then because it's continuing with stuff you're talking about. And okay. I'm going to try to, we're going to go get through this.
Okay.
Because I want, one of the main things of this lesson, I want women to understand what this witchcraft is and why the women are going into it. They're not going into it because it's just fun and cute. The crap works. Like, this is something I want. People ain't doing stuff. People ain't doing this wicked stuff. People ain't into homosexuality just because it's cool. It feels good. That's why they're doing it. They're getting results. You know what I'm saying? It's a means to an end. It's easing. It's a temporary ease of the pain they're in. Okay? So here we go.
So, and the same with manifesting. You can't use certain words when you're manifesting because it's not going to be effective. Such as, it's the same thing like when you pray for something, you're asking instead of willing. So you're at the mercy of others or other spirits or other deities versus creating or willing or saying it's already done. When you speak, you create. That's what like abracadabra means. That's why a lot of magicians know, like in the cartoons, you would say abracadabra. I create what I speak or whatever. So when you speak, you're putting things into motion. So if you're saying I want $1 million, all you're doing is putting out that you want $1 million. That want, that word want, is permanent there. So you're always going to want $1 million. You're not going to have $1 million. You're not going to, be getting $1 million. You will always be wanting $1 million because you put the word want in there. So you're lacking. So you're going to have to say, I have, or I am a millionaire. Okay?
Okay, and that's what I was telling y'all earlier about, she's talking about spell casting and all that. Now, almost done with it. Got, let's see. All right, check this out.
Or whatever. The knowledge on how to create what you want is the key.
See, and this is the problem with it, is what you want. With your carnal desires, you might want something, but you might be harboring unforgiveness and bitterness and all this, and not realize what you're wanting is the worst thing you could get. Now listen.
We live in a world of duality, and we need both things. So you can't be upset at this person for being this way and then be upset at that person for being that way. We need both. We need the sun, we need the moon, we need daylight, we need darkness. Okay? So don't judge other witches. Don't try to convert them to your side. If they want to come over there, it has to be their own path. I know plenty of people who started off this way and then ended up on this side and then ended up in the middle. You know, it doesn't matter. You don't need to label yourself anything. You just need to know the knowledge and how to create the life you want at the specific time in your life. You know, what you want today might change tomorrow.
So again, what you're seeing there is, what she's saying is, it's a dangerous thing, because somebody something that God ordained to have covering over it and direction and be protected is just out there floating around with power and all types of stuff. Now listen to this.
Spells take energy, and to do a baneful spell, you have to be vibrating at a lower level in order to do that type of work. Okay, and the lower you vibrate on that level, the more anger and you have, and the more spells you do like that, the lower your vibration gets. And it's kind of like you're taking your life force, you're lowering your vibration, things that you could be learning spiritually higher, you're pushing yourself backwards. You know, it's like you're taking you're making a sacrifice when you don't really have to. You know, only when people really hurt you, or someone you love, or you have to get back at them for something, you should do something like that.
You see? And that's where, that's where it gets real dangerous, because you take a hurt woman where things have happened to them from men and they don't know why and all that. So now you gotta, it's like giving a 3-year-old Uzi, a machine gun that you cock back and give it to a 3-year-old and go, here. And they're like, and folks gonna get hurt. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be sloppy. All right, so one last part on here, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Malachi. And this is kind of heavy here. All right, so check this out.
Truth is all about perspective. So in another person's perspective, and in this person's perspective, you're a low-level being. You know, you're beneath them, and that's where judgment comes in. So if you
so you hear what she's saying? Truth is about perspective, but no, the word of Yah is truth. You see what I'm saying? There's no standard. It's just what she's saying. Truth is just what you feel and what's right to you. Perspective. So listen.
You are going to do work. Baneful work. Don't announce it everywhere and to everyone, you know.
And when she says baneful, they got all types of terms for it. You might call it black magic. It's the type of stuff where you trying to do some so-called, or what they would say would be so-called, the whole thing evil, but some hurtful stuff or whatever. But just listen.
This is why you see a lot of witches. You can't even tell are witches. You know, they'll just be out and about. They'll look like everyone else. You know, you don't have to pronounce, announce. I said pronounce. You don't have to announce to the world, hey, I'm a witch. I do spells. What's up? You know, you don't want that perception. Okay. They say the best magician is the hidden magician. And I've said that in other videos before. You don't see them coming. You know, it's very subtle. You don't know. You just don't know. I had this lady in Walmart the other day, I think I told y'all this story, who asked me if I was a Christian. I had on some crystal earrings, you know, like stones. I had some citrine earrings on. And I know that's why she asked me that, because I had on crystals and stones, and I had on like this gypsy looking necklace. And I just went ahead and told her, yes, I am. Because I did not want to sit there in the Walmart line and have her try to convert me. And she knew I was lying, because I said it in a very sarcastic way. I said, yes, I am. Fake smile, you know. And she looked at me like, darn, I wanted to try to convert her. And she was like, yes, the Lord is good, isn't he? And I was like, yes, the Lord is good. I was like mocking her. And she knew I was mocking her, but she couldn't call me out on it, because I said, hey, I'm a Christian. And the funny thing about it is, it doesn't make me any less of a witch to lie and say I'm a Christian. Because to me, it's silly to claim any type of religion anyway when you have spirituality, right?
And that's what they say they're into, is spirituality and Christianity, and all this so-called religious crap. You don't realize, man, with women like her doing it, they gotta step up on Christians, because Christians are in church getting spells cast on them, just being emotional, being in their emotions, feeling stuff, and they're open for whatever. That's why a lot of these types of women flock into certain Hebrew communities, into the Christian community, and pull them up out of there, because they getting results. That you saw the first video I put. It said women are flocking out of Christianity into witchcraft, because Christianity is it prepares you for this, because you get no results. It's silly. It's a bunch of emotionalism. And as soon as some real men step on set and start dropping the word with spirit and truth, people want to come up, oh, you need to be nice, cookies and ice cream. Remember, Disney fairy tales and magic and homosexuals and feminism and sodomy, Not here. It's not going down. Because we see ox like Malachi. I got other ox talking to me. Other ox I don't even talk to, who see what's on the horizon. And we're the men out there yelling. And Jezebel is steadily out there trying to castrate and sodomize the prophets. Wake up. The deception's heavy. Wake the heck up. I'm handing it over to my Ak Malachi.
Man, praise y'all. That's heavy, man. It goes back to what you were saying, Christianity, and most of us grew up in the constructs of Catholicism, okay? So it's a what? It's a big construct of sexual perversion, okay? So what's going on now? The Most High is actually separating us. So he's building his house.
Hey, hold
right?
on. Hey, hold on 1 sec.
Go ahead.
Real fast, sis, and I'm not sure. Listen what I'm saying. When I talked about the woman getting the acid thrown on them, okay? I said, when I brought the topic up, I said the dude who threw the acid on the woman was wrong, okay? And I said, but the woman is just as wrong cheating. Women ain't supposed to run around sticking jumping on anything with a knob on it. When you read all through the book, it's always caused. I mean, they would kill a whore back in Torah, okay? So, like, what I've been like, when I see a situation where a woman has gotten beaten, women are getting shot and crazy things are happening, you get all these feminists and stuff who want to come out. See, men are abusing women. Men are abusing women. And I don't just jump on something emotionally like a woman does. Judgment. Christ said some of those weighty matters are judgment. It's judgment is the quality of being a spiritually developed person, because you don't just jump in situations lopsided. So when you begin to look in these situations of abuse and crazy things happening to women, what you find is a lot of these women were whores. And they're getting the judgment of a whore. They're getting put to death. And the men are not right for doing it. I'm not saying these men are right for doing it. But understand, like, the way these women paint it is like dudes just come home from work, punch their wife in the mouth, where's my plate, and then shoot her in the head. They're not looking at the cause and effect. And this is exactly why you got these sisters just continue. They in the Hebrew Israelite getting pure truth, so-called. They know who they are, but in the Hebrew Israelite community making the same mistakes that sisters is making out in the world. No different. Because ain't nobody speaking truth to power. Ain't nobody coming down the middle saying nothing. So all that, and that's not coming at you, but it's just, and I'm not sure if that's what you were doing there, where you put that, but I just know a lot of women, they got a mental block. It's a mental, emotional block on seeing their contribution to problems. Go ahead, Ak.
Yeah, and that's what Shaul was trying to say. She has to be sober-minded of what has happened from the beginning. If you don't know Torah, you're going to fight against this. Why? Because the desires after her husband, but he shall rule over it. That's why I brought that out. This is going to be the greatest stumbling block in these last times concerning our homes. And I want to say this, because we have children now. We got to realize we're just coming back into the Torah. And many of us have married women that was not virgins. This is what we have to understand. This is where the long suffering comes in. We have to dwell with our wives in knowledge.
I'm sorry. Look, so let me say this, because I'm running my mouth. I'm going to just back it up with scripture, because somebody said she had an affair most likely due to him having an affair. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. And like I keep saying, both of them are wicked then. Because I'm going to tell you, women, let me word it correctly. What I teach, and I tell men, like when men come to me and they're complaining about their wives, I tell them, look, you as a man have a lot, our men don't realize the power they have to fix their wives. And the wives don't understand the power they have to fix their husbands. A lot of men are led to having affairs because a woman got such a big mouth. She's so rebellious and she puts so much of a burden on them. When one of these witches come along, the spell is wham, it's on. A lot of women are souped up into thinking, hey, the way to get their man in order is just to nag him and not give him no puss and just not do nothing for him and force him. When the book tells you, win him into this truth by your quiet and shamefaced behavior. And then same thing with the men. Spiritual combat is about showing men how to be daggone men and not macho boys who dominate and lord over women and not spiritually castrated and sodomized gay feminized dudes. Okay? So anyway, I just want to address that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, but so we got to realize, like you said, we're just coming back into the Torah, so it's going to be these things are going to be an uprising. So that's why in the days of old, they didn't make it in. They died in the wilderness because of these things right here. But the children made it in. So this is why we got to realize most of us, we didn't deal with a dowry. The wives, the fathers of our wives did not know Torah. This is why we got to understand that the long suffering comes in. We got to lay down our life for them as Mashiach laid down his life for the assembly. That's what that means. So I do well with my wife in that, and under that. I know her father was not a man of the Torah. So we were able to go through those times until she realized who I was sent to be to her. But who can endure that? Who would be able to endure that? So this is what we're dealing with now. Men, if you are either anointed or you're not, that's what it's going to be bringing down. You're going to be anointed to break strongholds, or you're not, and you're going to be overtaken by the woman. And Yahuwah is going to build her up to judge you, just like he did with Adam. Where are you? He says what? It's the woman you gave me. See, that's the first Adam. But the second Adam is a quickening spirit. This is what's happening now. Men are coming out of their graves, and they're going to rule over their wives in peace and in righteousness. This is what we're dealing with. But many of us, we're not going to overcome that death. And I'm going to back it up right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Solomon deals with it. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and we'll deal with verse 23. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it is far from me. So we know that Yahuwah conceals a matter, but a king searches it out. So here's Solomon. He's going to search out something here. Verse 24. That which is far off and exceeding deep, who can find it out? I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things. Why is it like this, y'all? And to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. This is madness, man. Watch this. And I find more bitter than death, the woman. I find more bitter than death, the woman. This is what we heard with Adam. He said, it's the woman you gave me. Yahuwah said, what have you done, woman? He died. He was distant from the Most High. He was living in shame. Solomon says, this is the madness. He sought it out. Look what he says. He found out something. He says what? Something more bitter than death, the woman whose what? Heart is snares and nets. In her hands are bands. Why? Passion to control. Her want for control. But what? Her husband shall rule over it. But what kind of man can do this? He has to be from heaven. The first man is earthly. The second man is what? Spiritual, from heaven. This is what we're seeing in these days. Either this man is going to be ready for this spiritual combat. He's going to be established, anointed by the Most High Yah, or he's not. He's going to be taken by a woman, because this is who she is. This is how Yahuwah made her. Let's keep going. Whosoever pleases God shall escape from her. Whoever pleases God is going to escape from the woman. From what? Her desire to control. Woo. If not, she's going to what? Snare you. That's who she is. But she's lovely. But she needs an anointed Mashiach. She needs an anointed. Solomon found this out. He said it's madness. He tried to figure it out. Let's keep going. Look. Verse 27. So he says what? A man that pleases God will escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Taken, destroyed by who? The woman. We know that through Samson. Delilah kept on saying, men sent her to Samson. Said, go find out how this man is so strong. She started whining and said, how did you get your strength? Kept on, kept on. Samson kept beating around the bush until what? She overcame him with her passion to control. But we know she had more help though. Those men of the Philistines, right? So this is what we're dealing with in this day, man. And this is how we're going to be found out as men of Elohim. It's going to be the woman that's going to judge us. She's our Ezo-Kanedo, but she also is what? A snare to who? A man that is earthly. This is the first death. This is the first death. Because the first man is going to be taken by her. But the second man is going to rule over her in peace and in righteousness. Why? He's anointed. He's from heaven. Watch this. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not one man. It's rare, man. It's rarer than we think. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I found not. Lo, this only have I found, that Elohim have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. They have went about this thing and this is what witchcraft comes in, sorcery, all these different inventions, all these different religions. And it's only one thing. A man must rule over the woman. This is what the madness is. That's why it says he's going to send back Elijah. And he's going to turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children and children back to the fathers. Unless what? I smite the earth with a curse. Madness. Madness. So I want to say this and I'm going to let it go. So what did Elijah do? He ran from who? Jezebel. Ooh. He ran from her. But Yahuwah said he's going to send Elijah back. That spirit is coming back. This is what Yahukanan, the baptizer, came with. Why? Because those Pharisees, they were what? Getting silly women that were laden with sins. But when John the Baptist and Mashiach came, they stopped those men's mouth. Ain't no more going in and taking silly women captive. No more. Their mouth must be stopped. This is what the scripture is saying. Elijah returned. Who? John the Baptist was Elijah. He shut it down. The Pharisees was done. This is what we have in the Catholic Christianity church. They've been dealing with silly women that are laden with sins. Now they run into witchcraft, sorcery, and man, it's wild out here. It's madness. So this is what it means. Either you please God or you don't. It's always going to point back to the man. It's going to point back to the man. The woman is doing what she do. Yahuwah created her in this way. She's going to have pain during childbearing, and her desire is to rule over her husband. But he is going to rule over her. If he's anointed, if he's the second Adam, if he can resurrect from that death. Hallelujah.
All right. Hey, boy. Hey, y'all see why I brought my uncle? That's the battlefield general there. And look, y'all, I always point it out. 1 Ezra chapter 4:26. But if you're gonna, I'm gonna just bring out this scripture. If you want to get the contextual understanding of what's being said here with this scripture, because this backs up what Malachi just said. What you need to do is read 1 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Okay? All what we're saying, this isn't, we're not attacking women. This isn't an attack. What we're telling brothers is they can deceive you, and you have to respect them as the weaker vessel. Because if you don't respect them as a weaker vessel that can be manipulated and be used against you to burn you, you're going to get burnt up. They will either keep you warm or burn you up. Beloved Dawid dropped that lyric in one of his things, man. We just being 100 here with you. So stop coming with all this, oh, you hate women and you're attacking women stuff and all that. Stop trying to bind the strong men who have broken their binds. Like a lot of these people out here teaching sit here and they say, oh, well, you can't hurt her feelings. Oh, you can't raise your voice. Oh, okay, so, all right, so how do I rule my house then? Well, they never have lessons on that. They tell you, well, if you want to rule your house, you need to get some cupcakes and bubble gum and flowers and come home on your knees and give it to her. And then that's how, no, that's not how you rule. Now, on the same note, you don't rule like Hitler or Stalin or some dictator, but there comes a time where you just got to lay down the law and be a daggone man. And as soon as Jezebel sees that, she jumps on it. Let me point out something else. I got to bring this out. This is women and men alike. But again, the woman's a weaker vessel. She's more emotional. And I'm just repeating what I said earlier. A lot of women can't see themselves through their emotions. A lot of women, when I say you're being emotional, they don't even know what I mean. I know they don't, because I'm watching the statements they're putting in here. Some of these women, they don't understand what I'm saying when I say, hey, women are emotional or they're the weaker vessel. Like they can't see it because they've been brainwashed and they're so prideful because this society caters to a woman's pride, to brainwash her through pride. They cannot see themselves in their problems. A lot of these women have gotten into bad relationships and they don't see where they screwed up. And they missed all the signs of a bad man. Like they can't see how their emotions blinded them to seeing this man's bad qualities. So they'll say, well, I'm done with relationships because these men are off. Yeah, but you're off too. When I turned 27, I was mad at women because all my relationships with women were a disaster. And at 27, I got humiliated. All praises to them both sides. And he humbled me and he showed me where I was the problem in all that. And that's when the blessings began to come. And I began to have success in relationships and understand women. But I see women, they're in their 40s. They're in their 50s and they're single and it's all the men's fault. They can't see past the camps and where they're the issue. I'm not saying the camps aren't the issue, but you're the issue too. Because you need to humble down. The last thing, the purpose, these relationships perfect you. Like these relationships don't, like, me and Sister Koya, man, we love each other. And I can say, man, me and her have grown a lot. Like we ain't got the perfect Hebrew biblical relationship. We still got a lot of stuff we're working through in our relationship with ourselves. But this relationship, because Koya will, after we have an argument, whatever happens, she humbles down and looks at herself and what she did to cause it. I humble down and I look at myself and check myself and see what I did to cause it. And we come back together. And I see a lot of women who can't do that. And a lot of men. But the women seem to be more vocal about it. Oh, it's the men. Oh, this, that, and the other. But Koya, you don't see her on there trying to be some leader, trying to castrate men or something like that out there on Facebook. Koya about her family. If y'all don't know, Koya is my wife. You know what I'm saying? We've been married over 10 years, and we've grown a lot. And what I'm trying to say, a marriage is like the purifying of the gold. Like a relationship, you're not going to come into a relationship and not have a lot of growth to do. But a lot of people are stubborn, stiff-necked, and prideful and don't want to grow. That's why they say, I'm done with relationship. I'm waiting for Yahuwah to get. I'm married to Yahuwah. I'm like, all right, okay. I hand it over to you, I'm gonna let you bring that fire back out.
Yeah. So you brought up a good topic. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Start with verse 8. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8 down through verse 11. It says, "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man." Because we know the Ezra Canedo.
Right.
"For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head." Because of what? The angels. What the heck is Shaul talking about? Because of the angels. So, again, you have to be studied in the Torah. You have to be able to go back to Genesis 6. Why is he talking about because of the angels? Because why? The angels, right? The sons of Elohim. If you look in Genesis 6, it says the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of what? Men. That they were fair, which is good looking. And they took them wives of all which they chose. So Shaul was saying, because of the angels, a woman has to be under authority. Because why? It is for the angels' sake, for the powers that be. So as he said, women going around saying they married to Yahuwah, that's fine. If you're called not to be married, you can do more for the Most High. But if you are saying this because you don't want to subject yourself to the authority of a man, you are coming against the angels. This is what Shaul was saying. He says she should have a head over her because of the angels. So you have to know what happened when the angels left their holy habitation, their holy estate, to do what? To mingle with the daughters of men. This goes back to her passion to control. This is why so much madness to the four corners of the earth. Because why? The authority over the woman. It is disrespectful against what? The angels. The head of every woman is a man. The head of man is Mashiach. And God is all in all. And I'm going to prove that as I read on the next two verses. He says, "For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in Yahuwah." Meaning that Yahuwah is over us all. He has implemented this in the earth. So because a woman has authority over her head, a man has to understand that he has authority over his head too. He cannot rule over the woman in unrighteousness, right? He has to rule over her as Melchizedek, as a king of peace, as a king of righteousness, dwelling with her with knowledge, unless his prayers be hindered. Because he has a head over him too. And because of what? The angel.
And real fast, what is it when it says dwell with her according to knowledge? That's now we coming at the men. Cause I see a lot of these men, dude, they are so ignorant and emotional in their own state where like they jump on any emotional roller coaster the woman jumps on. And real fast, I saw your comment. You said define. You're basically asking me what do I mean by being emotional. What I mean is when a woman is not, her emotions are not aligned with Torah. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with a woman being mad. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a woman yelling. Like Koya gets mad. She will speak out against me if I'm doing something that's off. That is not a sin. She is not rebellious. She, if I do something stupid, because Koya is a lioness. Shit, like most dudes are not strong enough to have a wife like Koya. She'll run right over them because most of these dudes is weak. And she will check me if I'm off. And I will receive the checking. I'm not some stubborn, stiff-necked dude. Shut up and kneel before me. I am your Lord. And call me Lord and all that. I'm not one of them dudes. Like, I be out there doing something. Michael, you can't do that. That's dumb. I'll be like, okay. Because sometimes I do dumb stuff.
Because you have authority over your head, too. You understand that you have authority over you.
Yeah, and Koya watched my back. And let me tell all y'all women something real fast, since a bunch of y'all on here. Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all be DMing me stuff in Facebook Messenger and on the email. I got a lot going on, and Koya had my back like this. And she a lot of times she the one responding to y'all in Messenger. Oh, y'all think y'all slick. She be like, Mike, look at this. I answered her for you. I'm like, thank you, baby. Because these women about dumb enough. Me and Koya are a cod. So, like some of y'all done sent some slick emails and stuff in Messenger. I give her, she trusts me, I trust her. She got access to everything I got. I got access to everything she got. So, I mean, I'm just putting that out there. Man, if I showed y'all some of this stuff, it's funny. And they think they talking to Michael Israel. And they talking to Koya Israel. And trust me, she would check y'all with me. But anyway, I'm sorry I got off topic, but I want to define being emotional. When I mean women are being emotional, a better way to define what I'm saying is their emotional responses are not in alignment with Torah. Okay? Something I've seen, and it might not be you, I'm not saying it's everybody, but something I see very consistently is a lot of chronically single women. They're stubborn. They're stiff-necked. They don't want to look at themselves. Now, let me say something else. Okay? Because I will only come at our women so hard. And I'm not saying a woman, like a lot of these women are single. Because I'm going to say this, because I'm very long suffering with our single sisters that's out there. And I understand why they don't ever want to mess with men again. Because at the end of the day, all this stuff I done taught today on spiritual combat and that I brought out, and some of the things I've said about women today and yesterday, whatever, at the end of the day, a lot of the behavior and the stuff our sisters do, I'm very merciful and patient with it, because any way I want to spin what I'm saying here today, I want all the women and the men to know this. At the end of the day, the responsibility for this whole situation and everything going on lies on the men. At the end of the day, I'm going to always come back to the fact that weak men cause all these problems. Always. A lot of men, I watch a lot of men And I'm going to try to speak this real calm, because this is what pisses me off more than anything out there. I watch a lot of men give up on our women. Oh, they're not keeping to them. They ain't submitting. They ain't doing this, that, and other. And these men are not respecting these women as a weaker vessel and dealing with them according to knowledge of the things that have happened to our sisters. A lot of these women have been violated at the most vulnerable level. The stat is over 50% of our women have been raped and molested by the time they're 20. Damn near all of our women have been dogged out and taken advantage of by men. And naturally, they don't want to be up in relationships and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I point out, look, they got to understand that too, but I'm not going to harp on that. I'm going to harp on weak-ass men who can't deal with frustration. Like a woman is a little difficult and they can't get them in order and they just get rid of them. I got a big problem with that. And I'm telling you, this situation's going on where I see there's some prominent teachers out there in the Hebrew community who getting rid of and putting our women away and took advantage of them. And like I said, this situation is in council right now. Like I'm talking to other ox about how I'm going to deal with it or whatever. So Malachi is really bringing out heavy truth on a proper order of what needs to happen. I got patience with you, sisters. I understand why you slow to be obedient to these weak-ass, jelly-back, lust-filled, whacking off to porn men. I understand it. I'm with you. But on the same note, you know, I'm righteously stern in a patient and understanding way too. But don't get it twisted. Like Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat, and Malachi, and the ox I deal with, and the brothers I teach, I make sure I educate these brothers on understanding. If you got somebody and their arm got broke and it's healing up, a lot of these dudes, this is a lot of Hebrews out here, Hebrew men. A lot of these dudes got a woman, their arm, or a person, their arm been broke. The cast just got taken off. All right, get down and give me 20 push-ups. You got to do them. You're supposed to be, it's like, dude, let it heal. I watch dudes throwing women away. Oh, why? Because they're disobedient, and all this. And it's like, dude, you're whacking off the internet porn, You got a jar of Vaseline next to your computer, and Most High ain't strike your wicked butt down yet. Look what you was doing 5 years ago.
That's right.
Some of these dudes, look what you doing right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't walk next to you in a rain. I wouldn't walk next to you on a sunny day, because you might get a lightning bolt. So I just want to make sure I put that out there in a strong way that, again, going back to what Christ said, the weighty matter is mercy. Malachi, is that what he said? Didn't he say mercy and judgment in that scripture?
Mercy goes before judgment. Mercy goes before judgment. That's right. Mercy comes first.
And I can be very merciful, because I know for a good portion of my life, I was a one-handed internet bandit and at the mercy of pornography and all types of other wickedness, alcoholism, womanizing, and all manners of wickedness. And the Most High was very patient with some of the stuff I was into.
That's the first man. The first man is earthly. That's right. But the second man is heavenly. That's how you quote the scripture. You quote the Torah, man. That's the first man. We all have died by that. But the second man, he's a quickening spirit. Praise Yah.
Right. So, let me see. Oh, it's almost that time. Hey, y'all, you're hooking on. If you're in there watching, man, somebody send me a text. You're hooking on if you could. Or somebody just send me a text and let me know if you're pulling the prayer line up. Okay. So send me a text. Somebody you're hooking on or whoever is going to pull the prayer line up, send me a text. If you're not going to pull the prayer line up, I'll pull it up. And what we're talking about is we have a men's prayer line after every lesson concludes at 10. That I'm gonna get it. If any of the ops just send me a text and let me know if you're gonna pull that up. Malik. So let me say this. Yeah. Let me say this to y'all. And concluding real fast on the witchcraft thing. So what happens? Our sisters, there's no power, there's no answers, there's no solutions in religion, in Christianity, or in these so-called Christian Hebrews. A lot of these watered down, feminized, catering to women ministries, there's no answers. Why? Why are there no answers? Because the answers aren't comfortable. When you went through, for instance, with me, I went through a bad, painful relationship experience. And the last thing I wanted to do on the whole planet Earth was to go back through it in my mind and feel through the pain and see. And that's painful enough to revisit these situations. It's not anymore. But that was painful enough. It was like, I don't want to revisit some of the pain I went through in these relationships. And then on top of that, to see where I was at fault, where what my 50% was in that.
Yeah.
That is a humbling, painful experience. But it's humiliating. But humiliation isn't a bad thing because it kills pride and it brings humility. And the Most High, the sacrifice he desires is what? A broken spirit and a contrite heart. I had a broken spirit, Yes. So he desires, that is the offering you have to give in order to get that growth.
Hallelujah.
And he wants obedience. It's better than sacrifice. So once you've gone through all that, what I'm trying to say is, this is the place we got to go. That dark area back there, you're like, yes, you got to go down that tunnel. That's what this book's saying. This is why a lot of these women, why they stay chronically single, because they don't know what to do. And the last thing they think they need to do is go back through the pain.
Yeah.
Because our women are soft and sensitive, and they've been hurt a lot. And here at Spiritual Combat, I'm helping the women go through this pain. Small chunk it. It's an elephant, but you got to eat it one bite at a time. And I'm just breaking that down. It ain't something that's gonna be appealing to a lot of women. A lot of women, a lot of these witches have been hurt so bad that, what does the Bible say about being given over to it? Malachi, there's verses where it talks about you're given over to that thing. Like, that's why Satan knows, man, he knows the best way to just get you at an early age and permanently keep you from the Most High Yah is with that molestation and all those wicked things that happen. Malcolm, I'm gonna get this prayer line up and going, and
Okay.
I'm gonna hand it over. I'm gonna let you. I know you got some. You're gonna elaborate on that.
Yeah, praise Yah, man. That's, as you said earlier, humiliation comes before honor. That's a strong statement. Humiliation comes before honor. even Hamashiach Yahushua, what do you think happened to him? He was humiliated. See, Mashiach was humiliated in the congregation, in the assembly, amongst his own. And in this, he gained honor from the Most High. It said the Most High was pleased that he suffered for the iniquity, right? So this is what we have to understand. The things that we're going through or have went through in relationships, it will eventually bring us honor if we go back and through and look at these things as Shaul is dealing with it. The usurping authority of a man. He's not saying that to take anything from a woman. He's trying to help us see what we have went through as a people. Like I said earlier, most of us wasn't found as a virgin. We just wasn't. So these are the things that has brought us a humiliation. But now, in this hour, Yahuwah is trying to bring us honor by what? Going back and having respect for the angels. The head of every woman is a man. The head of man is Mashiach. And Yahuwah is all in all. It is not an order that we've made up. It is because of the angels, the authorities in the heavens, right? It's not flesh and blood. It is spiritual, right? This order. So in this order, we will be able to overcome the accuser of the brethren, the adversary, Satan, which is a superhuman adversary against the Most High. So this is why you see all this bickerment. And it's always been like this. America breathes this spirit. America breathes it, right? Because why? Because of the angels. They don't have respect for the angels, the authorities. That's why they say gay rights, lesbians, so on and so forth. It's spiritual Sodom and spiritual Egypt, literally. So who is going to be saved out of it? Those men that are what? Anointed. The anointing breaks yokes and strongholds. This is why Samson could never be tied down. They tried to find out, where did this man's strength come from? This is how powerful he was. This is the covenant that he had with the Most High. Same way with Mashiach. They could not make him stumble. So this is the anointing that the Most High is pouring out on us in these last days. He's turning the hearts of the fathers back to the children and children back to the fathers, unless he smites the earth with a curse, right?
Bring it out.
So I encourage you all. I pray that this has been edifying, what the Most High has allowed me to speak for. As I said, the end of a thing is better than the beginning thereof. Yahuwah has a desire for us. It is not for evil. It's for good, right? It's not for evil. It's for good. But we have to endure all of it. We have to go through the humiliation, as the brother says, that we may be honored. Because a lot of us was not virgins, but when we go through these humiliations, we can what? Come back as what? Virgins. See?
Yeah.
Now we don't have to worry about our kids, because we're going to go through the correct ceremony with our kids. Our kids are not going to go through all this.
Yeah.
See? We went through it because our fathers did not go by the Torah.
Right.
So we're going through the humiliation part.
Right.
This is what we're going through, because we didn't come in this thing with the dowry. We just went out. I like you. I'm going to bed with you. And then later on, we end up finding a wife. We did not go through it. So this is the humiliation and the chaos and the ruckus that we've got to go through. But our sons and daughters, they're going to be okay, because we're going to keep them in the house until what? Until we do what Abraham did. Go find a wife for his son. See? And the same thing goes like Micah Israel. He has 2 daughters. You can rest assured his daughters ain't going to be climbing out no window.
Well, they could. They might, but they won't be coming back in it.
Not on your watch. Not on your watch.
Hey,
So
they better stay wherever the hell they went.
There you go. So
Hey,
you see
look.
what I'm saying? So this is what we're doing. This is the new blueprint is coming. That's all that's happening. but it comes with ruckus and fire
And
first.
Jezebel is going to come against it.
That's all
Bring
it
it
is.
out, Op. Hey, hit that, man. Hit that Jezebel thing, Op.
So whoever remains, they're going to have what? The spirit of Elijah. That's who's going to remain. Elijah. So that's why Mashiach says, to whosoever can understand, John the Baptist is Elijah. This is what we're dealing with. You have to have the Ruach of Elijah, or Jezebel and her prophets are going to destroy you. Why?
Right.
You don't please God. Yahuwah loved Elijah so much, he took him in the whirlwind. Then you can come back. So we're coming back now, and we're coming back with this teaching. And whoever don't receive it, they're going to be taken, right? So praise Yahuwah. I pray that you all have a great Shabbat Shalom. Wives, love your husband. Husbands, dwell with your wives in knowledge, right? Praise Yahuwah. Thank you, Brother Micah Israel, for this platform to be able to speak. And hallelujah.
And so I want to, one of the things, let's see. All right, hold on. I should have had this up already. Another thing, man, let me hit on this real fast, y'all. This is men and women alike. Stop being so damn emotional when you're typing on Facebook. It's like, I don't even like typing. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even like typing. Give me a call. Like there's a lot of people out there that know that. Hey, I'll respond 2 or 3 times to a comment, and I'll either go to bed or I'll call you. And it's real easy to call each other on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's why a lot of people don't put too many comments on my posts, because they know they by the 3rd comment we're gonna be talking in person. All this passive stuff, I'm not about it, man. We're about that action, boss. We're about that action. We're about confrontation. We're not afraid of it. We ain't passive aggressive. I'm telling you, this Ock you see right there on my show right now, he not on here because the color of his shirt nice and all that. I know this Ock to be a man. Okay? He ain't no Facebook sneak this and this, that, and the other. He comes straight at you. So, and somebody, anyway, I ain't gonna go now. All right, so I want to wrap this up with a couple good things that you're gonna like. Hold on one sec. We have the Tampa. Hold on, there we go. We have the Tampa Shabbat coming up. I think it's next week. It's May 18th. So I'm going to just show you this real quick. Here you go. All right. So this is just 1 minute. So here you go.
Yahuwah, he lives forever. Sing his praise, which dwelleth in Zion. Our Elohim, his words are perfect, and his kingdom will reign forever. You created the world and the universe, and everything that lives and breathes. You made it happen with just words. You have no beginning, and you have no ending. I think it's amazing, it's beyond my understanding. So what can I do if I don't have you? It's all about you, cause without you there's no me. I need a hand, cause I'm just a man. You're always there to teach me the way. I pray that I never fall away. Yahuwah, he lives forever.
So again, that's next week. Ak Malachi is gonna be there. Of course, I'll be there. You see some of the people who are gonna be there. There might be other people there too. L, the brother who made that song you heard there, and the Spiritual Combat song, he's gonna be there performing, and we're gonna fellowship, and Malachi gonna bring out the word, and we're gonna begin to get to know each other. That's the big focus of it, is so that we can we could get to know each other and begin to feel people out, and people aren't isolated Hebrews, because you're commanded to gather and in fellowship and get to know each other. Oh, gather yourselves together, O nation, not desire. We're all we got. So you could get in your emotions and get mad about my message all you want. Like, it is what it is. We got to do this thing. We got to go through the pain. All right? Also, for the men, immediately after this, let me see if... So yeah, immediately after this, matter of fact, I'm going to get it up and going now. We got the men's prayer line. Or, hey, Malachi, can you get it up and going?
I will. I don't, you got to give me the number for the...
Okay, I'll text you the number. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so brother, I'm going to have Brother Malachi get the thing up and going. I'm a forward you the flyer. So what we have is a men's prayer call. You see all the information up there. Let's see. All right, I sent you one. Now let me send you the other thing. Let's see, forward. All right, hold on.
I got the number. I need the one.
Yeah, I'm sending that right now. There you go.
All right.
I just sent it to you. Hold on one sec. Hey, Shalom, man. What's going on? Nah, he's getting it up now. We're getting it up now. I'm still live. I'll holler at you. All right. So, all right, Myron, I just sent it to you. So,
okay.
All right, Shalom, Brother Brother Malachi. So Malachi's out. We're gonna I just wanna bring out I'll keep that up. We'll keep this going for a couple more minutes. I hope this message was edifying to everybody. I know I already see some signs that people didn't like it. But what we need to learn how to do as so-called Torah following Hebrews is, instead of sneak this in and saying stuff on Facebook, call me. If you don't like what I said, it's so easy to get in contact with me. And if you call me on the phone, I will not be yelling. Like, I'm real calm. Like, I really want to hear you out. Hit me. But so many people want to kind of subtly say stuff, and they're afraid of confrontation. And that's that feminized, emasculated spirit that has been brought in from Christianity. And that's why sneak dissing is so prevalent on Facebook. I don't sneak diss. I will publicly diss. I will call it out publicly. You could come on the show if you want. Reach out to me. I might come down the middle with this truth hard, but I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to bite your head off. We're not going to talk on the phone or something, and then I turn around and be like maliciously dissing you subliminally online. We're going to work this thing out. Stop being scared. There's a lot of scared, soft, weak, emaciated, non-confrontational, tiptoe through the tulips, but holding a ton of hate in their heart people online. Hit me. I know what I'm saying ain't easy, and if something I said was off, check me on it. I encourage people. I want to make sure I'm coming down the middle. Okay? And, those people close to me, they know that. Anyway, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. I hope this message was edifying. That's the information for the men's call line. I will read it out for those of you who can't see it, maybe because your phone screen is too long. The phone number is 605-468-8715. Okay, that's a men's prayer call-in line. 605-468-8715. The access code is 533144. Be patient because we're getting the line up and going. So I know Malachi, he's trying to get in there and get it set up. It might be a couple minutes. Matter of fact, what I'll do right now is I'm gonna call to see if the line's up. I'll call into it myself, see if he has a line up yet. But if you got a problem, I know. Hey, listen, I know without a shadow of a doubt that there are men and women out there who do have a problem with what I have taught. Instead of sitting there with the monkey face, looking like this, being all mad at what I said, call me. Get in contact with me. My email's right there. I check that email like 5 or 6 times a day minimum. And we can talk. And you can, even if you want to yell at me, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not that dude. And we will get understanding. Make sure because the division got to stop. If you really about this book and you got an art with me, you will contact me. And we'll talk it out. I know I'm not, All right. So hold on one sec. Let me get this up and going. All right, so the prayer line is up. It's the men's prayer line, and then afterwards we chop it up as men in fellowship and get it in. But yeah, I went in there and it is up and going, so we're good there. So you encouraged to call in there and get on there. Ak Malachi, Ak Malachi gonna be on there praying, and he's gonna be going in hard. The phone number is 605-468-8715. The access code is 533144. Okay? With that said, man, I'm going to take it out with, hold on one second. Yeah, with that said, I'm going to take it out with the little, let me see if I can find it. It's here somewhere. But yeah, I'm gonna take it out with the little trailer for. I look forward to seeing y'all next week. If y'all are in the area, we're gonna all be out there. Definitely come on out. But I'm gonna take it out with this, with the Spiritual Combat Tampa Bay Shabbat. Shalom.
Yahuwah, he lives forever. Sing his praise, which dwelleth in Zion. Our Elohim, his words are perfect, and his kingdom will reign forever. You created the world and the universe, and everything that lives and breathes. You made it happen with just words. You have no beginning, and you have no ending. I think it's amazing, it's beyond my understanding. So what can I do if I don't have you? It's all about you, cause without you there's no me. I need a hand, cause I'm just a man. You're always there, teach me the way. I pray that I never fall away. Yahuwah,